What is up, everybody, and welcome to World's Biggest Collectors, episode 24, the show where we bring on the biggest physical media collectors in the Instagram and social media spaces. And I have with me tonight another very special guest. He's a big-time collector. He just restarted his YouTube channel probably about a month or two ago. And yeah, he's a great guy, great collector, great knowledge on film. And his name is Tim Talkies. What is up, man? How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
I'm happy to have you here joining me on World's Biggest Collectors, because I definitely think that with that very impressive collection you have behind you, that you are definitely very fitting for this show here tonight. Now, I've seen that very impressive room tour. It's insane, and I'm very jealous. We need to get you and Tony in a collection battle for sure at some point, because you both
have me beat.
Really? Because I feel like both of you all have like very similar collections. You're just taking yourself around the room, and it's like in different rooms and stuff, and it's very impressive what you got going on over there. But I appreciate you being here tonight, man. Like I was telling you before we went on, I feel like I subscribed to your channel, your first one, like back when I was first getting started. I think I only had like 200 or 300 subs, and you had like 200 or 300. And then you took it down. I was always very disappointed. So I'm happy to finally have you back in the YouTube space, showing off that amazing collection.
I'm glad to be back.
Yep. So before we get started, before I get into the chat, I'm going to give you just about a minute or so, just kind of promote yourself and your channel, and just let everybody know what you're about over at Tim Talks Talkies. And I also have all of your links in the description below, your YouTube and your Instagram. Not sure if you had any other ones, but I'll let you promote those if you do.
All right, everyone. Hello, I am Tim from Tim Talks Talkies, and I have a YouTube channel and an Instagram, both of them, Tim Talks Talkies. Basically, it's all physical media. I love 4K, regular Blu-ray, vinyl soundtracks, movie-related books, anything movie, and I'm in. So yeah, my Instagram is kind of scattered with different types of stuff, and the YouTube I like to post hauls. I'm going to do some out and about videos. You'll see movie poster videos of my vinyl collection coming up for soundtracks, all different types of stuff. So I think that's everything.
Awesome. It's awesome, man. So yeah, like I said, I got all the links in the description below, so you guys definitely sub up to Tim Talks Talkies. How many subscribers are you at right now? You're about 320, somewhere around there?
I think 323 last I saw.
All right. Well, we had Pops on last week, and he was at 190 before the stream, and now he's almost at 290. So let's see if we can get you to 400 within the next couple of days. So everybody that's watching right now, hit those links, sub up to Tim Talks Talkies. Definitely some great content over there. That room tour was very impressive. You got a lot of cool out and about videos. I really enjoyed your 4K starter guide that you did a couple of weeks ago. I thought that was really cool. So yeah, tons of great physical media content. So definitely sub up to him, and yeah. So if you're watching on the replay, do the same. So we're gonna get started, guys, here in a second. But before we do, I want you to hit that like button if you haven't already. I would definitely appreciate that. And we're gonna get into this chat, and this isn't Ask Us Anything, so ask away. Start asking questions, movie questions, physical media questions, whatever you guys want to ask. Feel free to do so. It is Blues Day Tuesday, the most exciting day of the week. So if you picked up anything cool, let us know in the chat as well. So did you pick anything up today? Any new releases? August has been pretty boring, but there's been some stuff here and there.
I wanted to get In the Heights, but there's nothing special about it, so I'm going to wait a little bit on that. Yeah. And then I posted an Instagram post, but the rest of the stuff I ordered, all of it got delayed. So it'll arrive at some point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dune is coming like Friday. The one Vincent Price movie is coming like, I don't even think it has a date right now. And then the new Paramount Presents, same thing. It says like the 14th it comes.
Did you order all the Vincent Price movies? Because there's like 4 of them that came out today.
What is it?
I ordered one. I got one of them. Because they had the slipcovers and stuff. So I always like it when Kino does the slipcover. So I ended up getting one.
Yeah, Kino was great. I can't remember which one I ordered. My friend Warren is the one that mentioned it. He said it's a great movie. So I'm like, well, if you said it's good, I'm going to get it.
I thought it was coming today, but it wasn't. The package wasn't for me. It was for my wife, which is always disappointing. So let's get to the chat. We got Movie Buff here. He says, hitting us with a question right off the bat. He was here at 1:36 p.m. today asking this question. So thank you for the question, Movie Buff. But he says, best Academy awarded movie. So I'm not sure if you mean just like any movie that's gotten an Academy Award or it has to be Best Picture, but we'll just interpret it as any movie that got an Academy Award. What's the best one?
If it's any movie, it's going to be Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park is my number one movie. It's got some sound awards and a visual effects award. So it'd definitely be that. If it was Best Picture, I'd go Casablanca.
Yeah, man, we've been talking about Jurassic Park a lot lately. I feel like I was on Smooth J Stu's podcast live stream last night. He said the Jurassic Park was his favorite of all time. It's my number 13, so right outside my top 10. I love the movie, but all this Jurassic Park talk just makes me want to watch the movie because I probably haven't watched it in like 3 years or so. So I feel like it's time. But it's a great movie. I'd love to watch it in 4K. I haven't seen it in 4K yet.
It looks pretty good, but number 2 looks even better.
Yeah, I can just number 2 is a lot in the night, so I can see that one looking pretty good. But I'm just imagining that T-Rex bursting through the gate in 4K. It just sounds so good. Let's get to, but I guess as far as my answer, God, I don't know. E.T. won some Academy Awards, right?
I believe it did. Yeah.
Won some. It had to have. I don't think it won Best Picture, but
I think it won score. I want to say it won score.
And you know what? That's my favorite John Williams score, hands down. Hands down. And he's done so many great ones. It's hard to pick, but that's my favorite. 4KD Ray says, can't wait for another great episode. Tim, do you have a favorite genre you like collecting most?
That's tough. I probably have more horror than anything, but my favorite things to collect would probably be 80s, 90s action movies, action adventure movies. I'm talking like Executive Decision and Demolition Man, True Lies, stuff like that. I love it.
We need that True Lies 4K immediately. Immediately. Hey, we just need a Blu-ray for crying out loud. I'll take a regular Blu-ray.
I think there's like a counterfeit version from another country or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think that there's like a correlation between physical media collectors and horror? Because it feels like almost every physical media collector, like their favorite genre is horror. It feels like that. I definitely think that horror does like the coolest stuff in physical media, if I'm being honest, though. So maybe that's the reason. But horror's great. It's my favorite genre.
Horror has like the most diehard fans that will stick by it. So a horror fan will buy the same movie 20 times over for the new editions. You don't get that quite as much with some other genres. Yeah,
and it's also the genre that's stuck around and like been popular like through every single decade of film, it feels like. So you have, I guess, a more robust catalog of films to go back through to collect for and different transfers or whatever. Bifford the Hobbit says, Ken, you're the man. Thank you so much, Bifford. Appreciate that, man. Bruce Leroy says, what upcoming release are you looking forward to? I mean, it's September is upon us, October. There's tons of great stuff coming out, so much that it almost makes my brain want to explode. But what are you looking forward to the most? Top 3 this fall.
So I'm going to lump in all the Halloween 4Ks as one thing. I'm really excited.
You can do that. I'll allow that.
The Columbia Classics Volume 2.
Yeah, I got that pre-ordered.
Yep, love the
Those are the 2 things I got pre-ordered, so I don't usually do that very often.
Yeah, and probably the next one, even though I already have the movies in 4K, that Harry Potter train is pretty awesome.
Is that a 4K set?
Yeah, it's a 4K set. Yeah.
Really? What about the Lord of the Rings? Are you going to get that Middle Earth set?
Most likely.
It's nice. I just bought them in 4K. I don't know, man.
What's crazy is I thought it was going to be a list price of more like $299, $350. So $250, it feels like a bargain, if you could call it that.
I'm not a big Hobbit fan, so I don't know if I'd want to buy them with the Hobbits. Maybe if they did a reduced price for just Lord of the Rings, I would do it. I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, for me, it's definitely the Halloween 4Ks. Those are probably the top of the list. And Columbia Classics as well. The Thing on 4K, which I'm pretty sure comes out next week. Am I wrong saying that? Does it come out the first week of September?
I just did a video. I just recorded a video on what I'm getting for the course of September, and I want to say yes. I believe it was yeah.
If that's it, we're starting off September with a bang then, because I thought it was like mid-September, but I think it's next week. I think I saw that on Side Hustle Cinema's report today that it was coming next week. So let's see. Hey everyone, how's everyone doing tonight? Says Chandler. What's up, Chandler? How you doing, man? My Killer Podcast is in the house. IO, what is up, everyone? Tim and Ken, how you doing? We're doing great. We're doing great. My Killer Podcast. Definitely go check out her and her channel. We were just talking about that awesome Letterboxd review video you did yesterday. I used to do that on my live streams, like on Sunday, way back in the day. I would go over everything I watched in the month, and it was very therapeutic and nice. I need to start doing stuff like that again. Yeah,
it was an excellent video from what I watched. I made it like 25 minutes in, and it was really good.
Yep. Let's see. Do you like Speedy 1928? Says Movie Buff. What is Speedy? Do you know that movie?
I do not.
Movie Buff lives up to his name. He's always asking some questions that I have no idea how to answer, and they always make me feel completely inadequate on my knowledge of film. But I always appreciate them. Speedy I've never heard of.
I love classics, but I don't have as much knowledge on the 20s, really.
I don't even know if I've seen a movie in the 20s, if I'm being honest. I just started trying to get through some stuff in the 50s last year. Let's see. Speedy is 1928, starring Harold Lloyd and Christie, directed by Ted Wilde. No, I haven't seen it, but I'm interested. Does it have a physical media release? Maybe someday. Basement Blues is in the house. Hi, Ken and Tim. Tony, I love you. Thank you for last night. That's all I have to say.
Yes, that great battle between you two.
Yeah, I still don't want to definitively say what happened because I want people to go check it out if they haven't yet. Definitely go check out 4K D-Ray's channel on that incredible battle that me and Tony had last night. It was one for the ages, for the history books, as they would say. Movie Buff says best horror movie 20s to 60s.
Ooh. Wow. I don't even know if I can list anything really for specifically horror for 20s, 30s.
Well, I mean, 30s, you got Universal Monsters. So you got you got your Draculas and your Frankensteins, Invisible Mans. I mean, those are the ones that I can think of off the top of my head. 40s, I know as much about the 40s as I feel like I do the 20s. Like I've seen Citizen Kane, Casablanca. I can't think of any horror movies I've seen in the 40s.
I love The Blob from the 50s.
The Blob from the 50s. You got The Thing from the Other World. I feel like I'm pretty dry on the 50s too. Now the 60s is where it picks up for me a little bit. I've seen, Psycho, obviously. That's the one I pulled last night, so that's probably my top choice. I almost grabbed Rosemary's Baby, though, last night because that's my second favorite horror movie from the 60s. That's in my top 5 horror movies. Night of the Living Dead. I think you called it out in the chat last night, but that Wait Until Dark.
I love that movie. Oh my God.
I got that from Warner Archive a couple of years ago and watched it. That was a great movie. And that was, I believe, the first Audrey Hepburn movie I ever watched. Because I have not seen a lot of her movies. But that was a really good movie. That had Alan Arkin in it as well. And
it's always he's sinister in it too.
Yeah, it's a hell of a movie. It's a good it would have been a great pull for the home invasion category that we had as well. But I didn't think of that. Didn't think of that one. Matthew Oliveri says, Ken making musical intros a staple on the battles, innovator and winner. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Mike Clayton says, what's up, Ken? Loved your intro and outro to the collection battle. You demand great content as well. Thanks so much, Mike. There were some people giving me some crap for my intros, and all I have to say is I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm dumb. I have to understand that. But it is, I know 4K D-Ray, and he was very heavily inspired by wrestling when he created the collection battles. So I try to, bring the true spirit of the collection battles to the table when I compete. So let's see. Chase Wilson said, "Hey, Ken and Tim, what's up, Chase? How you doing tonight?" Now, I skipped over 100 right there with a nice little fan as his icon. What's up, 100? Says hello, everyone. Let's see. I lost myself. StreamYard's always jumping. Chase Wilson says, "Hey, Ken and Tim." I already read that one too. I always do that. Secular Monk says, "Hello, everyone." Kyle, the Steven Seagal fan, 2000 Productions. That is a hell of a name. He says, "I am new to your channel." Well, I appreciate that, man. Thank you for subscribing, and welcome to the channel. Welcome to World's Biggest Collectors. Definitely subscribe to Tim Talks Talkies as well. He's got great physical media content over there too. Link is in the bio. We do have 49 people in here right now watching us, 51 people. So if you all are in here and you haven't hit that like button yet, smash the like button. Smash that like button. Culture Trini in the house. What's up, good people? What's up, Culture Trini? I like Culture Trini. He's a good guy. He's always in the chat supporting everybody on these live streams, and I appreciate that.
I think Garrett, he's in like every stream.
Yeah, I swear, every physical media stream I jump in, he is there supporting. And yeah, Culture Trini, you're awesome. Garrett Gumar, sorry if I mispronounced your last name, says, "What film are you the most excited for this year?" Are you talking about new release film? It's got to be Halloween Kills for me. I mean, that's top of the list. Top of the list. And then Dune.
Going with Ghostbusters. I can't wait for Afterlife.
When does that come out? Is that November?
Yeah, it's November. I can't remember the date now. It's shifted so many times. I did
not like the first trailer of that at all, but I really loved the most recent one they did. So they pulled me back in. They got me on board. I'm excited to watch it now.
I'm going with a lot of faith. It's staying in the Reitman family. I have a lot of faith in it.
It looked good from that last trailer, and I got a better grasp on like what the story is going to be, and I think it's pretty interesting. Egon taking the ghosts out to the house or whatever, and then burying them in that well. Let's see, and then Spider-Man, No Way Home. Looking forward to that too. Cynical says, "What up, cinephiles and physical media junkies? What's up, man? How you doing?" Huck's Pop Culture Cafe just subbed up, Tim. Let's go. Awesome,
Thank
man.
you,
Huck has some incredible content over on his channel. Just did an awesome Dollar General hunt today, so definitely go check that out. Kyle, a Steven Seagal fan, 2000 Production, said, "Thoughts on Speed 2?" You want to take this one, Tim?
The movie is not great, but Willem Dafoe is so damn good. Like, he makes that movie.
I almost forgot he was in it till you just said that. He is.
As the villain, he is awesome. If you take him out, though, it's not really that great.
Yeah, I probably haven't seen Speed 2 since what year did it come out? 1997? It's probably been since 1997. Yeah. And I just remember it being a massive disappointment over the first one that I love.
Yeah.
But you know what? If they drop that in 4K, I would buy it because I'd be really interested. I'd be really interested in checking it out again. Let's see. Movie Buff says, "Picked up the Wrath or the Wraith or Wrath of Man." Let me know. Elaborate. Matthew Oliveira says, "Ken, I'm working on getting Kohl's to sponsor you for the next battle. Buttons up, suits you well, sir." Thank you, man. I'm just wearing my Zelda Ocarina of Time shirt tonight that I got from Kohl's last week. So I do have a Kohl's shirt on, just not a button up. Let's see. Chandler said, "Favorite actor and favorite actress." Good questions. I'll let you take this one. It's a hard one to answer.
Yeah, actor. It depends on which way you want to take it. My favorite overall, because I love the guy, is Bruce Campbell. Yeah. I know he's not the best actor, and he knows that too. But I love that guy. And actress-wise, probably Emma Stone for current actresses.
She's always my go-to for modern actresses too. I'd say favorite actor. It's hard for me to not go with Tom Hanks, but De Niro and Pacino are like rising up on my list because I'm going back and watching a lot of films for the first time with them in it, and I'm realizing just how great their filmography is. And because I just watched like Heat within the last year, Casino I watched the other night, Scarface I just watched, Dog Day Afternoon, and I'm just gaining a greater appreciation for both of them. But yeah, Tom Hanks probably right now. Leonardo DiCaprio as well. A favorite actress, I love Gina Davis. It's because of Beetlejuice and A League of Their Own. They're two of my favorite movies of all time. Catherine O'Hara, I'm a huge fan of too. Those are probably close to the top. Secular Monk says, my UK import of Ran finally arrived in the mail. Kurosawa in 4K color. I can't wait. Yeah, I had not dove into the Kurosawa filmography yet. Have you seen any of his films?
Not a one. What's crazy is I have
bet you own
Criterion.
a
Yeah.
lot.
What it is the 50% sale. That's the best time to buy Criterion. So I buy what I plan to watch, and I'll get to them eventually. There's only so much time in a day.
Yeah, and people got to understand that. With us, it's about the collecting, and we love the movies, but to me, I just like having it in the back, and now I can watch it whenever I want. It's there. I've got Seven Samurai back there, and I bought that, I think, in November of last year, and I haven't watched it yet. So, but yeah, Ran in 4K. I've heard some really good things about the movie. Steph BM6 says, I'm new to collecting 4K movies. Is there any websites or forums that have a list of out-of-print 4Ks? Some of them are pretty expensive for being regular studio releases. I don't know. I don't know which ones you're talking about.
I know certain ones, like the Prestige was really hard to find for a while and pretty expensive. But yeah, I don't know of a site specifically that keeps track of out of print.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if Blu-ray.com does that. Let's see. Matthew Olivari says, I finally got my copy of One Crazy Summer. Anyone of you grab that? I did not. Did you grab that one?
No, it'll be in a future Warner Archive purchase.
Future Warner Archive purchase? Yeah. That's that cover on it looked really cool. Cool. Turner Fan 77 says, what's up, guys? What is up, Turner Fan? Glad you can be here, man. Caladelli says, congrats, Ken, aka Jeff Jarrett, on your 4K win. Proud you. Yeah, somebody said I look like Jeff Jarrett in my messages, and I said, all right, I'll take that, I guess. Jeff Jarrett's not a bad looking guy. Side Hustle Cinema says, what's up, guys? What is up, Side Hustle? How you doing, man? The Blu-ray King is here. I'm watching A Clockwork Orange for the first time. RN, it's definitely something. Yeah.
It's wild.
I did my first time watch of Clockwork Orange, I think last November. And I love the movie, but it's something. It's wild.
Yeah.
That's for sure. My Killer Podcast says, Ken, I watched you on the stream the other night, and I was really wondering what your 37 favorite movie is. I said I knew that by heart. I don't know. Let me think for a second. I feel like it was either Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse or From Dusk Till Dawn. I feel like both of those were hovering in the 36 to 37 range. Because I compiled my top 50 of all time on my Instagram last year, like in the fall. And I said I could remember where everything was. But yeah, I'm sorry if I couldn't deliver there. But I think it was one of those two.
Into the Spider-Verse is a special movie. That movie is incredible.
I said it's my favorite superhero movie, and it's my favorite animated movie. It's just one of my favorite movies of all time. I loved it instantly when I watched it.
Did you watch it with the commentary at all?
No, I haven't yet.
I highly recommend it. It's very informative, and it's crazy that they actually animated every character on their own. They animated 1 and 2s and 1 and 3s, so that's how it gave that jittery look. It's an excellent commentary.
Yeah, the animation is just so interesting and incredible. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. The story's so good. The music's so good. It's like the score, the soundtrack, the voice performances, everything just fires on all cylinders. That movie. I think it's a perfect movie. Yeah. Caladela says, never cared for Jurassic Park. I feel about it the same as Ken does about Saw. LOL. The score makes me like Jurassic Park. Cal, man, that's a very hot take. I'm sorry that you're wrong. That's a great movie. Watch it again. My favorite genre is comedy. It used to be one of my favorites. It used to be. They just don't make them good anymore.
Oh, comedy nowadays is, oh my God. You'll for every one good one, there's like 99 that are just not that funny at all.
Yeah, people always ask me, it's like, Ken, have you not seen this movie and this movie and this movie? And growing up, like, I only watched comedies and horror movies. Like, I didn't watch dramas. I watched some action movies, of course, and adventure, superhero, all that stuff. But I didn't watch a lot of dramas and crime thrillers and stuff like that. I grew up on horror and comedy. Those are my two favorites. Secular Monk says, generally speaking, horror is my least favorite genre. There are exceptions, but it usually isn't my thing. That's okay. It's okay. Irish Bar says, I am a physical media collector, but I can't watch most horror. Halloween is about all I can truly enjoy. I keep trying, but it's not in my blood. Dang.
It's not for everyone.
There you go. Some physical media collectors are not down with the horror. Brent Madison says, have you seen the documentary In Search of the Last Action Heroes 2019 from the same people who did In Search of Darkness? I did not. I didn't know that was a thing. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I watched some of it. I didn't finish it. It's good. It's like you said, it's just like In Search of Darkness. So it's just going from movie to movie to movie, talking about.
Yeah, I love that In Search of Darkness one. That was a 4-hour documentary that just kept my interest. I just watched it all the way through. I didn't break from it. I was like, I just felt I had a pad and paper and I was writing movies down. I loved it. I need to watch the second one. I haven't seen it yet. They're doing a sci-fi one too, right? Are they doing like a science fiction one? I think.
I don't know.
I thought
I'll be all for that though if they do.
Yeah. Irish Bar says, what do you think of Expendables 4? Is there an Expendables 4? I thought there was only 3. Yeah, no thoughts on that one. I don't think it exists. Pops Movie Dungeon says, hey, Ken and Tim, what's up, Pops? How you doing, man? Hey, Pops, Turner Fan 77, are you guys getting the Scott Snyder box set next week? I'd say on the list of things I got to get, that's like here in my priorities. So I may get it on Black Friday or something. There's just too much coming out.
I tried to limit some of my stuff over the course of September because October 5th is bananas. So I got to save some money for October 5th.
Yeah, I did want to get the box set with them all 3 together, though, if I was going to get something. Because I don't have Man of Steel on 4K. That's one of my favorite superhero movies, too. Let's see. Pops Movie Dungeon says, hey, Killer. Caladeli says, honestly, horror fans keep physical media alive amongst the strongest because it's hard to find a lot of those movies beyond physical. They seem to appreciate this thing we all call physical media. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, very true.
Jacko says, hey, with a thumbs up. What's up, Jacko? The Blu-ray King says September 14th for the set, I believe. Okay. Just noticed the new look. Nice, man. What new look? Do I have a new look? Jason Maddox says, what's up? First time here, and I figured I'd do this before work. Top 3 John Candy films. Well, thank you for joining us for the first time, Jason. And judging by Tim's response, it was a good question. So thank you.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, number 1. Adore that movie. Summer Rental and Uncle Buck.
Those are good ones. And I wish I could give a good answer to this, but I don't feel like I've seen enough John Candy movies. I definitely need to. I've seen Uncle Buck and I've seen Home Alone, and I'm racking my, because I have not seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles yet.
Oh,
that is one I tried to watch it last year during Thanksgiving because it was a Thanksgiving movie, but I never got around to it. So hopefully I will get to this year. I do own it.
And definitely check out Summer Rental.
Definitely. I feel like there's another movie of his I watched though. Oh, Spaceballs. I gotta put Spaceballs in there. Let's see. Caladilla says, isn't The Wizard of Oz a 1920s movie? No, it's the 30s, right? I think it's 36.
I think somewhere like that.
36 or 38, somewhere. Jacko says, Dracula, hands down, no comparisons. Okay. All right. Let's see. Planet Mondo says that folk horror Severin box set is going to be amazing. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of people talk about that. Are you getting that one?
Nah. My Severin collection is like 5 movies right now. I'm not too into them right now.
I haven't dove into the Severin stuff yet, or the Vinegar Syndrome, really. I've got one Vinegar Syndrome, and I've got one Severin now because I bought Overboard. So I got one of each. Tim, I love that Jaws poster. I seen it in one of your videos. Where did you grab it at?
So a lot of my posters you'll see are from Mondo or Bottleneck. They're like $60 screen print posters, which is actually layers of paint over top of each other. Yeah, it's from Mondo.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, definitely. You probably put all that stuff in your poster video, right?
Yeah, which I have to, now that video is gone, I have to do I'm going to do a new one.
Okay. I thought you did a recent poster one.
That was just me showing some brand new ones that I put up, but I want to do the whole thing again like I did.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, definitely, guys, subscribe to Tim. I'm sorry. Sip this. Will the Dirty Dozen get a 4K? I do not know. I haven't heard anything about that one. Patrick Wilson, your favorite movies from him? Patrick Wilson's great. Got a lot of good movies. I'd say that Conjuring and Bone Tomahawk off the top of my head.
I'd probably go Conjuring also.
Yeah, it's hard not to say that. That's like the role from him, I think.
Him and Vera Farmiga are so good together in that.
Yep. Excellent. Blu-ray King says, I am $35 off for the Columbia Classic sets. I don't get paid till after it comes out. Somebody cash at me. Blu-ray King, JK, just joking. Yeah, okay. Sorry, man. I got to save all my money. Caladella says, Halloween Kills and Spidey and Friends. Yeah, definitely. Just subscribe to Tim Talks Talk. He says, Turner fan. Awesome.
Thank you.
The Movie Geek says, what is up? What is up, Movie Geek? Awesome to have you here. Mr. Nichols says, what's crack-a-lackin'? What's up, Mr. Nichols? Good luck this Thursday, man. That's all I got to say. Good luck. Stranger Boy 101 says, hello. Lutula Moore says, good evening, everyone. What's up, Lutula? Sydney Eubank says, choose one Jim Carrey movie, the number 23 or Dark Crimes. I'll go with the number 23 because Dark Crimes is one of the worst fucking movies I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
bad.
I'm going the same there.
I cannot believe I wasted time and watched that movie. It's like, it makes me angry. There's movies like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles I've never seen, but for some reason I've seen Dark Crimes with Jim Carrey. It's ridiculous. Yeah, the number 23 is not great either, but that's Joel Schumacher, right? He directed that, I think.
I only seen it the once. I don't remember.
I think he did.
It's not that memorable.
Yeah. Kello Dilly says, is the Wraith any good? Never seen it. Also just picked up Speed 2 a couple of months ago. It was enjoyable. I liked the Wraith. I liked it. You a big fan of that one?
I didn't get around to it yet.
You haven't watched that one? It's a very strange story. It didn't quite all come together for me, but it's an 80s movie and it's fun. I don't know. What do you want me to say? Deported Chinese Nationalist says, good win yesterday, mid-level. What are your guys' favorite 90s thriller movies?
Be super generic to say it, but 7 is amazing.
Yeah, it's really hard to not say 7. I'm trying to come up with another. I really like The Bone Collector, Denzel Washington. Pretty high on that one. I feel like there was one I watched recently that was really good. It was a thriller from the 90s. Oh, Single White Female. That was a good movie. I like that one. Cal Daly says Denzel De Niro have to be top of any list. Yeah, Denzel for sure as well. Movie Buff says Bull Durham for the Love of the Gang. Haven't seen either.
I saw Bull Durham I don't know, 15, 20 years ago. So yeah, I don't remember it all that well.
What about Tin Cup? Tin Cup? It's Costner too, right?
Yeah.
How many sports movies did Costner do? You got Tin Cup, Bull Durham, For the Love of the Game. What's the other one? The 4K, the one that has a 4K.
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams, yeah, Field of Dreams. Yeah. A lot of sports movies there. Movies of Ryan's here. What's up, man? Says Akira is one of the best. Secular Monk says, I had to import The Prestige from the UK because it was so hard to get in the US.
Yeah, it was.
Dang, I wish I would have known that back when it came out. I remember seeing it on Best Buy for like weeks in a row, and I never grabbed it. Let's see. Cool Duder did a couple videos back in the day on how to find out-of-print titles, but I don't remember the site. There you go. Go check out Cool Duder and his out-of-print videos. My Killer Podcast says, I just heard Netflix acquire the reboot to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Thoughts? Hey, if I can watch Texas Chainsaw movie on Netflix, boot it up when it comes out, I'm all for it. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm really not usually against reboots and remakes. I mean, it doesn't erase the original, so there's no harm.
Yeah, let's go. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Let's see if they can get it right this time, because they haven't for the past couple, I don't think. Did you see Leatherface? Leatherface wasn't too bad.
It was fine.
Wasn't too bad. It was okay. Let's see. Halloween 5 4K will feature a new opening with a lost Dr. Death sequence replacing the scene with the Mountain Man character, which was a reshoot. Now, that's interesting because I've never seen that before. I've only seen the Mountain Man scoop him out of the river. So, yeah, that's interesting.
Is that actually on the 4K? Because I thought I read someone say that was going to be on the Blu-ray, but not on the 4K within the same.
Yeah, I don't know, because I saw somebody post the special feature reveal for Halloween 5. I did not read them, though.
I'll have to look over that more.
Yeah. Scott Travis says, what's your favorite Terrence Malick film? I don't know if I've seen a Terrence Malick film. Have you?
Thin Red Line.
That's a good one. We'll go with that. I have a couple, but I haven't seen them. Will The Big Trail 1930 with John Wayne get a 4K? I don't know. I haven't seen The Big Trail. You seen The Big Trail?
No, but with the way 4K has been going, honestly, anything is up for grabs at this point.
Yeah, we're getting some 30s.
Yeah.
And I mean, we got 30s with Wizard of Oz. I think that broke first. Jose Sanchez says, "What's up, guys? I always have a hard time picking a movie. Horror is my fave, but what 3 movies you recommend to watch right now, no matter the year?" Can you do 3 off the top of your head, Tim?
Specifically horror.
He said horror is his favorites, but I'm guessing that he will accept other picks as well.
Well, I'll go back to that Wait Until Dark just because I'm going to keep pushing that movie on people.
It's a good one.
It's so good. Night of the Hunter from Criterion. That's an amazing movie. Oh, it's so good. And Return of the Living Dead. I love that movie.
I still have not seen that either. I feel like people are hyping that one up recently, and I'm going to put that on my list to watch this October, though.
It's
for
fun.
Sure. 3 movies I'd recommend. I always recommend The Guest. I love The Guest. It came out in 2014, directed by Adam Wingard. I'm trying to go back to. I just watched Dog Day Afternoon this year for the first time. I think that movie was incredible. With Al Pacino, directed by Sidney Lumet. And I'll go with The Green Mile. If you've never seen that, that was another great, perfect movie that I watched this year for the first time. Wow, your favorite superhero movie of all time, Ken. It got a bone to pick with you. You won't watch Superman 1 and 2. No, I haven't seen Superman 1 and 2. I have not.
I'm not crazy on Superman.
I've never been crazy on Superman either, but that's why I like Man of Steel a lot. But Henry Cavill was the first portrayal of Superman that I actually enjoyed. I've seen parts of Superman 2 with Christopher Reeve, though. Michael Peel says Invasion of the Body Snatchers 1956 best one. I'm looking forward to that. That's the one that's getting the 4K, right? There's not another one that's like 70s or something that's getting it?
No, the 4K is the 78.
Okay, so the 4K is the 78. So
yeah.
There's a one before that. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure with that.
It's really good.
Yeah, I need to watch both of them. Good night, all. Have to catch the replay for the rest. Well, thank you for being here, Tony.
Thanks for joining.
Let's see. Cal Daly says, I think people are harder on comedy. They judge them too harshly. People say they don't age well, but comedy is usually about timing and the times. Yeah, I think the comedies that age the best are the ones that don't rely on I guess the political and social landscapes of their time. They're not like using references for stuff that's only specific to that time period. I think those are the ones that usually age the best.
Yeah, I just watched Bringing Up Baby, and that movie is how old now?
It was funny.
I laughed
funny. Quite a few times in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when Katharine Hepburn, I wanted to say Audrey Hepburn, but she's in there talking on the phone. She's acting like she's getting mauled by the cheetah. It was really good delivery on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, comedy is very subjective, though. American Pie Friday, some great comedy classics. I'll definitely agree with American Pie being a great comedy classic, as well as a great party movie as well. Let's see. AP's S is back. All right. I haven't seen him in a long time. The shirt guy. Can you guys show the full design t-shirt you guys wear now with full screen? Each other. Thanks. So this guy, he used to come in the chat all the time, ask us to show off our shirts. And I have not seen him in like 2 months. I haven't seen him in 2 months. So are you comfortable showing the design of your shirt, Tim?
Sure.
Full screen?
Yeah, whatever. That's fine.
Okay. Let's do it. There you go. There you go, ABS. Now, if you want to try that again next week, you're going to have to pay for it. Just saying. Cal Daly says Expendables 4 news broke. It's coming. Okay. I didn't know that.
Is it rated R or PG-13, though?
What were they
That's
all rated R, or was some
no,
of
no.
them?
The first one was PG-13.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I've only seen the first one. I didn't watch the other two. There's a Expendables 4 in the works. Says Stallone, really hoping it's R this time. Yeah, hopefully. Irish Brow says they just announced they making Expendables 4, so I was kind of asking what you think of casting. Megan Fox is going to be in it. Stallone, Statham are back. Megan Fox, that's kind of weird casting. Was she in any of the other ones? I mean, she's not really an action. I mean, I guess she was in Transformers, but she's not like an action star. I don't know.
She's been all over the place with different types of straight to
I
video
like that
movies.
Till Death movie. I did like that Till
Yeah.
Death movie.
She was actually pretty good in that.
Yeah, I thought so. Huck's Pop Culture Cafe says, I'm actually more of a sci-fi action collector than horror, but I do agree the horror genre is the most collected, which is good for all of us. Yep. Let's see. Scott Travis says, favorite David Lynch film. David Lynch is a guy I struggle with. I haven't really cracked that love for David Lynch yet with anything I've watched of his. I'd say the one that came the closest probably Blue Velvet.
Lost Highway for the Trent Reznor connection.
That movie was nuts. It made me feel strange after I watched it. It's a very, very weird movie. But I guess I liked it. The other one I watched I watched Dune. I finished that last night.
I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait till it comes.
It looks great in 4K. I will say that. But I'm going to review that this week. I feel like there was another one I watched of his. I can't think. I haven't seen Mulholland Drive yet.
That's a really weird movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. I'm looking forward to it though. Jake Carts Art says, "Hey, loving that Halloween 6 poster. Thank you, man. That's the only Halloween poster I love that I own. And it's not my favorite Halloween movie, but the reason I have it is because my family knows I love Halloween, and they just randomly got me that for my birthday one year. So Halloween 6, that's the poster I have. It is a cool poster though. I do like the Halloween 6 poster." Huck's Pop Culture Cafe says Stripes is one of Candy's best comedic performances. There you go. I haven't seen Stripes yet.
Good movie.
Yep, looking forward to it. That's going to be in the Columbia Classic set, right? Am I wrong in that?
Shoot.
I think that's it.
I'm trying to remember that. So Taxi Driver, Social Network. Trying to remember the list now. I was just looking at it earlier too.
It's Gross Anatomy, Sense and Sensibility, and I feel like Stripes is in there. I feel like it's in there. Who played Jason Voorhees the best? To me, it was Richard Brooker in Part 3. Man, it's hard not to say Kane Hodder. But I know it's a generic answer. But also, I guess I would say Tim White from the fourth one. That's right? Tim White feels like the right answer.
I meant Kane Hodder, so I'm going with him.
Yeah, it's really hard not to say Kane Hodder. He brought such a physicality to that role. And I mean, I know he just came in. I think Part 7 was his first one that he did. I want to make sure I'm right.
What's crazy when you meet him, he chokes you, but he like legitimately chokes you.
Does he?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's very funny. Yeah, I can't. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I can't find it in IMDb. I don't want to spend all night doing it. But yeah, I'll say Tim White. He was really good in the Final Friday. Hey guys, I just got here. Wizard of Oz was 1939. Well, thank you for the clarification, Coco Dutch. Appreciate you being here. Scott Travis says favorite Vinegar Syndrome exploitation film. I just said I don't collect a lot of Vinegar Syndrome, but I only have one, and I haven't watched it yet. But do you have a lot of Vinegars, Tim?
I have a chunk of probably 15 or something like that. The handful I've watched have been they're an interesting label, I'll just say that.
They don't look like great movies. The packaging is like, I feel like they've got some of the best packaging.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. They all look like really bottom of the barrel, silly 80s, 70s exploitation horror movies that you'd find like at the bottom of the Amazon Prime list when you're searching on streaming late at night. I don't know.
Even one of my favorites from them that I have is Jack Frost. But I mean, it's not a great movie. It's kind of ridiculous.
It's like it's basically like the titles that you'd buy at the Dollar Tree nowadays. Only those are newer, so they're like the older versions of that, I guess. But Vinegar Syndrome is going to start doing those Dollar Tree titles in about 20 years. Guarantee it. Let's see. Caladeli says, for horror to be so strong, I can't believe a proper Nightmare on Elm Street transfer and collection or even complete Chucky. I know it's rights issue, but I truly believe they can get it together. They have to. They have to do it for the fans.
Nightmare is needed. It really is. The set we have is it. We need an update.
I won't buy it on Blu-ray until they release a proper set. I'm holding on to my DVDs until they do it. Let's see. Ken Carlson said Warner Brothers Insider said that they will release 13 catalog titles for 22. One is confirmed, Lost Boys. Awesome. Let's see. Favorite decade for horror, 70s, 80s, 90s. I can't not say the 80s.
Yeah, same. 80s.
That's the best. I mean, I know 80s is a big decade for you too. I feel like the 70s, pound for pound, may have the best horror movies, but the 80s has the volume, and it just feels like horror just really took off with all the creativity and innovation in that decade. I don't know.
I love fun horror, and you get that in spades with the 80s.
Yeah, definitely. 70s has some great creepy atmospheric horror films, though. Ken Carlson said Lost Boys 4K rather. Yeah, Lost Boys, I remember talking about earlier this year, like back in April or something, coming to 4K. That and Poltergeist, I think. Anybody seen a movie called The Kid Who Wanted to Be King? Very entertaining. Patrick Stewart, pretty good in it as well. Is that the movie that came out 2019?
Was
recently?
I thought it was a little bit older, like 2017, but maybe it was 2019. But yeah, I saw that
recently. Yeah, I saw it too. I think I took my son to see that one actually. It was pretty good. Felt a little generic. It was no kid in King Arthur's court. I know that. Let's see. Caladeli says, "How about Leprechaun in 4K? I think it will look great." I don't know. Maybe you get Scream Factor to do that someday. I don't know if the studio would do it, but maybe. Who knows?
I'd buy it.
Yeah, I watched Leprechaun. I think around St. Patrick's Day this year. It was an interesting watch. I hadn't seen it since I was a kid. I remember loving it when I was a kid. Thoughts on Texas Chainsaw Massacre direct sequel going to Netflix? Because interesting enough, I read a while back that the film had a horrible test screening, so that could be the reason why. Yeah, if it had a horrible test screening, Netflix is probably the perfect place for it because they don't care. They'll put out whatever. Yeah, I'm down for it going to Netflix. So I don't know. I don't see myself going to the theater to see a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. Anyway, so yeah, drop it on Netflix. I'll watch it. Choose one, The Drop or A Most Violent Year. Haven't seen either.
The Drop was really good.
Yeah, I have A Most Violent Year, but I haven't watched it yet. Costner was great in Draft Day. There's another one.
Yep.
Warren Beatty and Bullsworth, LOL. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor. Really cool. I have that on DVD. Haven't watched it though. Don't like Texas going to Netflix because it won't get a proper physical media release. That's very true. That's very true. The Real Puma Tan says, "Hey, what's up, man? How are you doing?" Ken Carlson said, "Big Trail is a great John Wayne Western, probably one of the top 5 Westerns from the 30s. I wish I had that film knowledge, man, to be able to say anything's a top 5, anything from the 30s. But I don't.
Westerns is probably like my least favorite genre. There's great stuff in Westerns, but as a whole, I
do want to dive more into Westerns because it's one that I really don't know a whole lot about. I still haven't seen Unforgiven. I haven't seen Tombstone. I haven't seen ones that's just like blaring me right in the face. Watch me right now. I'm a classic. I need to.
Those are great, and so is The Quick and the Dead. Like, there's great.
I have seen that one. But yeah, I need to see Unforgiven and Tombstone. What movie do you guys watch over and over? That's a good question.
Well, since I've already mentioned Jurassic Park and I'm wearing a Ghostbusters shirt, I'll say my other one, which is Die Hard. That gets 1 to 2 watches every year, and I could literally watch it every day.
Yeah, for me, it's comedy is always the most rewatchable for me. I still reminisce and watch my favorite comedies from the mid 2000s because that's my favorite period for comedies, hands down. I know you love Dodgeball. You made that awesome video on it. But Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Superbad, 40-Year-Old Virgin, Knocked Up. I find myself watching those movies constantly, maybe like once or twice a year. That and Halloween I watch once a year too. Night of the Hunter is on my top 20 of all time. Criterion will definitely do that on 4K.
I hope so.
What is that? Is that like a thriller, a horror movie?
No, not a horror. It's closer in the thriller drama type thing. It's basically this guy ends up finding out that there's money at this house of the two kids, and he becomes their stepfather to worm his way in to get the money. But he's terrible to the kids, and it's a crazy movie.
Sounds good. I'm excited to go back and check out all these classics, though. Do you Hitman 2006?
No.
I feel like I've seen it. I just can't remember anything about it.
I love the games, and the movies did not represent the games at all.
Yeah, I never played the games either. I always wanted to play the one that came out on 360. Was it the third one, I think? Because I heard really great things about it, but I never got around to it. Yeah, I think so. Or maybe, no, I'm thinking of Mad Max. I'm thinking of not Mad Max, Max Payne. Max Payne, that's what I'm thinking of. Let's see. Secular Monk says, rank the Spider-Man from best to worst. You talking about actors, I guess? I guess if we're going live action, I would say Garfield's my least favorites. Then it would be Tom Holland. Then it would be Tobey Maguire is my favorite.
It depends on what way you take it. I actually loved Garfield as Spider-Man, not his Parker. I loved Maguire's Parker, not his Spider-Man so much. I think Tom Holland is a pretty good both.
Mix of both, yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost pure nostalgia for me why I pick Tobey Maguire. I know that. It's the same reason why I got Michael Keaton as my favorite Batman. He's just Batman to me. But I think Michael Keaton's also great Bruce Wayne and Batman too.
Yeah.
I think he does a great job. Let's see. 3 movies from anybody who want recommendations. 10 Commandments, Would You Rather, All About Eve. Check them out. I still need to see All About Eve. I have that Criterion.
And the 10 Commandments 4K is amazing.
I haven't watched either. I bought it and then I missed the boat on it. I got it later, like a couple weeks later, and I wanted to watch and review it and never got around to it. I'm like, I'll wait until next Easter and then I'll watch it. Let's see. Ken Carlson says some Warner titles on 4K next year: Wild Bunch, Bonnie and Clyde, Deliverance, Dog Day Afternoon, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and Dirty Harry. Pee-wee's would probably do pretty well. I feel like a lot of people would be excited for that one. Dog Day Afternoon, I would definitely be down for. I thought the movie was great.
I think Dirty Harry would do great too.
Oh yeah, Clint Eastwood movie for sure. Let's see. Are you guys picking up Coppola's first film, Dementia 13? It's kind of been cursed by its public domain status, but Vestron's restoring it on Blue, and it's damn good remaster apparently. Definitely, I'm picking up all those Vestron video titles as long as they're $12.99 and I can find them at Walmart. I'm buying them no matter what.
But what's amazing too is I love the mention of public domain. More stuff like public domain, anyone can grab it and release it. So I don't know why it took so long to actually put this movie out. Yeah.
Good points. Inner Space Blade Runner Deluxe Sets. Okay, let's see. Culture Trini says there's a out-of-print thread on Blu-ray.com. Okay.
That's good to know.
Okay, there you go. 4K Media Guy says, what's up, guys? What's up, 4K Media Guy? Welcome. Culture Trini says, sub 4K Media. Imagine they gave you the Rob Zombie Halloween poster. They know better than that. Hey, Culture Trini. Movies Around says, thoughts on Vanilla Sky's Sense? It's getting a Paramount Presents release. Oh, yeah. Vanilla Sky. Yeah. I haven't seen that movie. You a fan of that movie?
I've never seen it either, but because it's Paramount Presents, I'm definitely watching it.
I have to catch up on those. Do you feel like they're going to start selling those? I don't know if they've already started, but do you feel like they'll start selling them without the slipcovers?
Oh, I hope not. That's a big part of them.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like it's such a big part of those releases.
Yeah.
And I was hoping that they wouldn't because I'm behind on them. So I don't want to like put in an order for Paramount Presents title that came out a year ago and I get it without the slipcover. That would really piss me off. So hopefully they keep those.
They're amazing slips.
Oh yeah, I love them. When I first, because I ordered the first 3 as soon as they came out last year. I was in love with them. Watched To Catch a Thief for the first time. Love that movie.
Great.
It's like probably my second favorite Hitchcock movie. Behind Psycho. And then Fatal Attraction was great too. I didn't watch the Elvis one yet though. I haven't watched that movie.
I popped it in and watched a little bit, but I didn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah, I didn't watch that one yet. Hello, Stripes is also included in the new Columbia release. Thank you, Carlos. Appreciate it. Do you think we will get Coraline on 4K later down the road? 4K, I responded to you earlier, like I just watched Coraline tonight. That release by Shout Factory, that's like one of the best looking Blu-ray titles I've ever seen. That movie looked like it was in 4K. It looked great. So I would absolutely recommend. I don't know if Coraline has a previous Blu-ray release. Do you know?
It does.
Okay.
I have a steelbook set that actually has all 4 movies.
I don't know what it was. I was watching that thing earlier and I was like, this just looks fantastic. The movie's so colorful and vivid. I mean, I've seen it before. I used to watch it on Netflix with my daughter because she loved the movie. I was like, this movie's never looked like this to me before. It was incredible. Let's see. Sue and I are here. Congrats on last night. Well, thank you, Mama Blu-ray. I appreciate you being here. I know you and Sue had a road trip today, which I'm sure was fun and awesome. Hux Pop Culture Cafe said, Tim, those are some sweet Lego sets behind you. Love that Stranger Things. Which is your favorite?
Of what's behind me, probably the Stranger Things set. But
is that the house from The Simpsons?
Yeah, I love that set too. The Ghostbusters, but I actually have way more than that. Like there's Lego all over this house.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I zoomed you in real quick to show everybody.
No problem. No problem.
Let's see. I didn't want you to think I accidentally exited out because that happens sometimes. It does. But we are about at the halfway point. We got 63 people in here right now, 64 people watching. So I appreciate everybody joining us here tonight. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Also hit all of those links down below for Tim Talks Talkies, his Instagram, his YouTube. Subscribe to him, follow him, all that great stuff. Let me see where you're at right now for your subscribers. Let me see. Where were you at when you came in here tonight?
I think it was 232.
You were at 333 right now.
Or 332. All right. I don't know.
Bam.
But what am I at now?
333. 333.
Okay,
Let's see if we get that to 350 tonight, guys. Go subscribe right now. Right this second. MVD is coming out with Jack Frost and Frost 2. Can't wait.
The slips are awesome on them.
Yeah, they are. I have not seen those movies though. Are they any good?
No, but they're fun.
Vinegar Syndrome did that first, right? Did they do both of them?
I don't think they did. I don't think they did the second. If they did, I
just did the first. I know that Brian Goes Blue, when he was on here, he showed me that incredible Vinegar Syndrome slipcover. I was like, oh my God, man. Like you just buy Vinegar Syndrome for the packaging. You have to. It was incredible cover. Ted White was Jason in part 4. Okay, thank you, Seth Hustle. Appreciate that. I knew you would know because you're the biggest Friday the 13th fan I know. Cal Daly says 70s have the respect, but come on, the 80s is better. But the 90s get slept on. It does get slept on because it feels like it went through a little bit of a slump there in the middle, and then you get it picked up with Scream. But Scream, for better or for worse, I don't think was the best thing that happened to the horror genre in the late 90s. I don't know. What's your opinion on that?
Well, it resurrected the slasher, though. The
it
slasher
did.
was
it did
basically dead.
Yep. You are right about that. But I'm just not the biggest fan of some of the movies that it spawned. I don't know. I know What You Did Last Summer is okay. I've never been the biggest fan of that franchise. I do like Urban Legend a lot. And yeah, I just felt like everything after that wanted to be Scream, and none of them were as good. So everything just felt less than Scream. So it feels like when you talk about the 90s, you got Scream in the later half. It's the best horror film. I don't even think that's up for debate in the later half of the 90s. Early 90s for me would be like Candyman or something.
If I count it under horror, Army of Darkness is one of my favorite 90s.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
That was that 90? Was that 92?
92, yeah.
I remember seeing that in a drive-in when I was very young, and it was a triple feature that night. Aladdin was the first movie that played. A League of Their Own was the second movie that played, and Army of Darkness was the third. And they always put the more mature one on at the end because, you take your kids home to bed. But not the people I was with, not my family. We stayed for all of them, and I watched Heads Roll at 6 and 7, and it was pretty badass. Pretty badass. Let's see. Vinegar Syndrome is mostly known for third collection of 70s X-rated films they used to show in the adult theaters. Interesting. Let's see. So if you want some porn, go buy from Vinegar Syndrome. CC Cinema's here. Hey guys, what's up, CC? How are you doing tonight? I appreciate you being here. Let's see. Plaid X2 is here. Says pumped to see Tim on here.
Thank you, Plaid.
Thanks for being here, Plaid. I need to get you up here at some point.
John's channel is awesome. He is an awesome guy.
He is. He's got great videos. I enjoy watching his videos. Great energy. Cal Daly says Westerns grow on you. I hated them, but now I buy them a lot. There's something that one day will click and you'll enjoy. I feel like
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so.
I feel like they will. Tombstone and Unforgiven are great films, no doubt. Where the Millers is hilarious.
Oh,
I did enjoy
movie.
Where the Millers.
I actually did a Rotten Movies I Love video, and I included that because it's such a fun movie.
There was a little bit of a comedy resurgence in like the early 2010s that revolved around Jason Sudeikis, who really popped at the beginning. Hall Pass, I love. Horrible Bosses, Where the Millers. Those are three good comedies.
Sudeikis and Bateman, their
yes.
their dry sense of humor works perfectly for me.
Yep. Yeah, I love Bateman too. I love Bateman's turn into more dramas though now, more dramatic acting. He's
Ozark
so
is
good
amazing.
in Ozark. Yeah, I love Ozark. Let's see. Game Night is another great comedy. Rachel McAdams, Jason Bateman, great. There are still good comedies, but they're very few and far between. It is not the golden age that it once was. But I did enjoy Game Night. Let's see. One of the best Westerns is The Stalking Moon with Gregory Peck. It's like a horror Western and was a big influence on John Carpenter and Eric Red, writer of Near Dark and The Hitcher. Interesting.
Yeah.
Did not know that. Danger Entertainment says, what? You guys haven't seen Tombstone? Come on, you're trolling. I'm not believing it. Tim's probably seen it, but I haven't.
I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's seen it. It's me that has some serious gaps. Thoughts on the movie Possessor? I did watch that last year. What did you think of that one?
I didn't get around to it yet. I wanted to watch it with my wife, and it looked a little too much.
It is too much. I enjoyed it. I did like it, but it is very cerebral and atmospheric, and it's a slow burn. Takes its time. But I dug it. Cronenberg's another one that's kind of like Lynch for me. I'm not quite there with a lot of the stuff he does. I love The Fly, obviously, but and A History of Violence too. But I went on a Cronenberg binge last year and watched a bunch of his movies, and a lot of them didn't sit well with me. Videodrome I did like though. That was a weird one, but I liked it.
His take on body horror, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, Shivers and Rabid. I did not like those movies at all. And The Brood was okay. Dead Ringers I hated too. Let's see. Della Movie says, what's up, guys? Congrats, Kim, but AP is not a party movie. Well, you know what, man? 51 people said it was last night, so sorry. Matthew Olivari says, yes, 4K D-Ray. Miller's is hilarious. CC Cinema says, Valley of Vino. What is Valley of Vino? I haven't heard of that one.
I don't know.
Another Warner title that should come out on 4K is Eyes Wide Shut, Kubrick's last film. I think it will. Probably next year.
I feel like all Kubrick will eventually make it.
They're doing like a one Kubrick film a year, it feels like. And it's like always around the fall time. Like last year was Full Metal Jacket. This year's Clockwork Orange. I think the year before that was The Shining. Year before that was 2001. So we'll probably get full or Eyes Wide Shut next year.
And great thing is all his 4Ks look amazing. Like The Shining one is one of the best. Collection. Yeah.
Full Metal Jacket was great too. In 2001, Jesus Christ, that movie is just lend itself perfectly to a 4K transfer. It's great. Yeah. You mentioned the guest. Dan Stevens got to be one of the best young actors in decades. He's great in so much stuff. Have you seen him in Criminal Activities? I have not. I think the only thing I've
Yeah.
seen him in is The Guest and Beauty and the Beast. He was in that movie too. But yeah, because I don't watch what's that show called, Downtown Abbey or whatever. I don't
Never
watch
saw
that.
it.
I know he
Yeah.
was on that. Tiana Loves Movies hitting with the super chat. Thank you so much, Tiana. I appreciate that. And nope, she didn't write anything. She just donated. So I appreciate that, Tiana. You're the best. Thank you so much. Let me try to find myself again. 4K Media Guys says, are you guys excited for the new Resident Evil film? I'm not feeling the looks of the characters. Cosplayers even look better. Is it a film or a show?
No, it's a film.
So there's a new Resident Evil film coming out on Netflix or theaters?
No, to theaters.
I thought that they were doing a Resident Evil TV series on Netflix.
That also, there currently is an animated one. Yeah.
Okay. Well, no, I thought they were doing like a live action one. I thought that was the big Resident Evil thing right now.
They could be doing that too, but the movie coming is a theater movie, and I'm looking forward to it. But to be honest, I liked all the last series. I mean, it's silly, but I enjoy them.
I stopped at 4. I haven't seen the other ones. I enjoyed them. Okay, I love the first 2. I used to rewatch them all the time when I was a teenager, but I just never felt the need to watch the other one. How many did they do? 7 or 6?
I want to say it's 6. I
was disappointed about that 4K set that you can't get anymore, and it honestly makes me want to buy Underworld now because I feel like it'll be the same situation.
Somewhere up there is my 4K set.
Yeah, because I thought that would go down in price later on. I could just buy it then, and it just went away forever. I'm like, damn.
I think a lot of people thought that.
So yeah, so now I want to get Underworld. Let's see. Hi, Ken. Congrats on the win. Tim Talks Talkies has some great content. I watched the video where he talks the beginning of Blu-ray.
Thank you. I put a lot into that video too.
There you go. And definitely, definitely watch that video. I don't think I've seen that one. Is that a newer video you've done?
No, it was actually the second one I put up. It's because in June it was 15 years of anniversary of Blu-ray. So I actually have the original Blu-ray player that was on the market, and I had all of the original movies that came out on day one.
Now, did you start collecting back in, was it 2006 that Blu-ray came out?
Yep.
So right from the beginning. Now, did you start collecting with a Blu-ray player, or did you have the PS3?
No, I had the Blu-ray player.
Blu-ray player.
I was all in on Blu-ray and HD DVD. Funny thing is, I was actually rooting for HD DVD to win.
They would do different titles too, right? Like what came out on Blu-ray wasn't on HD DVD.
The studios were basically split down the middle on who was with who. Interesting.
Yeah, I never owned any HD DVDs, but I had an Xbox 360 and I didn't have a PS3, but I was too stuck on DVD at that point, I guess.
That's what killed the format, though. If HD DVD was part of the 360 instead of an add-on, I think it would have won.
Yeah. I would like Logan's Run on 4K. I haven't seen Logan's Run either. Are you guys tired of the Mission Impossible sequels?
No,
they keep getting better.
Yeah, they do.
It's kind of like John Wick. It's like he hasn't missed a step either. They keep getting better and better. And I'll watch like John Wick Chapter 10 at this point. If they ever made Beetlejuice 2, what would you want it to be about? I don't know. It's a difficult question. I don't even know at this point if I want them to do a Beetlejuice 2.
Yeah, I see no need for one, really.
Especially if, I'm sorry to say, if Tim Burton's directing it. He just hasn't made a great movie in a long time. And Beetlejuice is in my top 5 movies of all time. My number 5. I can't, my heart can't take that movie, a sequel being done wrong. But I don't know. Do you have an idea?
No, more often than not, when these series are trying to come back decades later, they can't recapture the magic. I don't see it working out. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, especially with that. And, you know, they're all so much older now. I mean, I know Catherine O'Hara's kind of gotten a resurgence recently with Schitt's Creek, and but I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to see all them back in those roles again. It might just feel sad. Nightmare Before Xmas on 4K yet? No, it's not. CC Cinema said Minority Report is what I want on 4K. That would be a great one.
Yes, it would.
I haven't even thought of that. That would be great. For Krampus, the naughty version hasn't been ever released before, right?
Nope.
What is the naughty version
It's
of Krampus?
it's the version that the director wanted to be in theaters, but he had to trim it down for PG-13. So,
Well, hopefully it's better because I didn't enjoy Krampus that much. To be honest,
I liked it. Did you like Trick or Treat?
2007.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Trick or Treat. Yeah, but the thing about Trick or Treat is the first time I watched it back in 2007, I didn't love it, and I only recently started to love it. So maybe Krampus will be another one of those situations. I do like some horror comedies, but it's not my favorite of horror movies is horror comedies.
I love horror comedy.
But I do like some. It's just not something I always gravitate towards or enjoy on the first viewing. I guess sometimes it takes me a couple watches.
Did you see Tucker and Dale vs. Evil?
I haven't. I found that at a Menards on one of my. I did a video. It's called Blu-ray Hunting in Unlikely Places, and I went to Menards and I found that in a bin for $5 on Blu-ray. So I bought it because I've heard good things about it. So
it is great, really.
I love the Evil Dead movies. Like I love The Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2, but I like The Evil Dead better because I think it's more of a horror movie, and Evil Dead 2 is just more straight horror comedy. But I do like both of them. I just like the first one a little bit better. So I always gravitate towards the more straightforward horror movies. Let's see. How do you organize your movies? I try to do it by genres and by boutique labels, but I don't do it alphabetically. I know a lot of people do that. That's way too stressful for me. But what do you do, Tim? You got a much bigger collection than I do.
So studio stuff is loose alphabetical with steelbooks, 4K, and regular Blu-ray all intermixed, and then boutique is all in its own areas. So Scream Factory, Criterion Kin, all that's all separated.
Yeah, I can't wait till I have a Criterion and Arrow and Scream Factory collection big enough to have their own shelves, because then I will organize them by that. But I'm not to that point yet. Let's see. What about the Blair Witch Project? Wouldn't that challenge Scream? It would. You have a point. I wouldn't put the Blair Witch Project over Scream, but as far as like impacts, they're probably pretty close. Impact the horror genre.
Horror as a whole, yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't put the movie itself over Scream. Matthew Olivari says, my wife wanted to make Baby number 2, but I told her to hold her horses as I had to watch grown men talk about Legos first.
I love my Lego.
There you go. Scott Travis says, do you think the Blu-ray King will ever come out 9F hiding and come onto World's Biggest Collection? He was very anti-4K, amazing collection. The Blu-ray King, I guess you're not talking about the Blu-ray King that we all know and love today, but you're talking about the old Blu-ray King that everybody says that he stole his name from. I don't know. I don't know the Blu-ray King, so I wouldn't even know how to reach him at this point to invite him to come on. But if he comes back into the world of YouTube, maybe. Irish Brow says, crazy to think back at what my parents allowed me to watch was Godfather at 9. Loved it, but I was really into movies. What movie did your parents let you see that would be surprising? I really didn't have any restrictions, to be honest. I doesn't feel like I did anyway. I feel like I watched everything I wanted to at a very young age.
I was not allowed nudity, but past that, decapitation and all that was fine.
Yeah, like I remember watching Terminator 2 when I was very young, 6, 7. I watched all Friday the 13th movies, and they had sex and blood and gore probably before the age of 10. So yeah, I don't know what my parents were thinking. I really don't, because I'm a parent now, and my kids are 7 and 11 now, and I still struggle with what to show them. I don't want to show them like nudity and stuff like that, but they're not into movies like I was when I was a kid, so they're not asking me to watch all these movies. They're more into playing the Fortnites and the video games and stuff. Tiana Those Movies says, sorry I'm late, had a work dinner. What's your favorite action film? Well, appreciate you being here, Tiana, and again for that very generous donation. Favorite action film of mine is Terminator 2. What would you say, Tim?
Die Hard.
Die Hard's a great one. It's a great pick. Caladeli says, Faculty, I Know What You Did Last Summer, New Nightmare, Army of Darkness, Urban Legend, Dust Till Dawn, Gems in the 90s. Whether whether you like or not Freddy's Dead, Jason Goes to Hell were big movies for better or for worse. I like Jason Goes to Hell. Not so much Freddy's Dead, but Jason Goes to Hell is a favorite of mine in the franchise.
I also love the Calling Out a New Nightmare because that movie was criminally underrated.
Yes, and that was 94, right?
Yeah, it was right before Scream, and really that's a major inspiration of what he took into Scream.
Absolutely. There's a lot of people that say that a great kind of trilogy would be the first Nightmare on Elm Street and A New Nightmare and then Scream. You want to see like the evolution of Wes Craven as a director.
Yeah.
And I agree. But yeah, it's From Dusk Till Dawn. It's weird, but I never think of that movie as a horror movie. It's always been more of like an action thriller with some horror elements in it, I guess. Like a crime thriller, because like half of it is. But I love the movie. Top 50 of all time. Let's see. Congrats on your win last night, Ken. That was an awesome battle. Thank you so much, Plaid. Thank you so much. I'm still shaken from that battle last night, to be honest. Looking forward to next Monday, though. Caladeli says, you didn't like Dead Ringer with Betty Davis? I ask because there's like 4 versions of the movie. LOL. No, I didn't like the Jeremy Irons version. Jeremy Irons.
The Betty Davis one, though, is great. It's really good.
Is that from the 50s or something?
60s, I believe it is.
60s. Is it the same story?
I didn't see Dead Ringers, so I wouldn't know.
Okay. There you go. I'll have to check it out. Cronenberg did very well with Nightbreed. I haven't seen Nightbreed yet. Did he direct that? I don't remember that being in his filmography. He direct Nightbreed? That's a Clive Barker book, right? Adaptation. Brian Gold's Blue says, hey guys, so awesome to have Tim on the show. I am loving his comeback to YouTube and hope he stays and keeps his channel growing.
I will. Thank you.
Well, hopefully he is here to stay now because you're pumping out some awesome content. You've been very consistent and been doing some great work. Cynical Video says, I took 2 hits of acid and watched Videodrome one night, and I had to constantly remind myself who I was and that I was human. Yeah, that's that's a good film to do acid to. Another good film to do acid to is Dune. David Lynch's Dune, I would say. It's a pretty good one, too. Dan Stevens is in the Legion TV show. It's an X-Men show. I haven't seen Legion. I heard great things about it, though. Resident Evil is awesome. She fills the badass role. Best kick-ass female since Sarah Connor and Ripley love Alice. She is badass in that movie, in those movies. I will agree. My Killer Podcast says, how can you have Resident Evil without Mia? Nope. 3 nopes. I don't know. Is it confirmed she's not going to be in it?
No, she's not. It has nothing to do with the past movies.
Because Alice was never a video game character. I know that was a big controversy.
Yeah, no. Now this one's supposed to be truer to the games. I don't know if it will be.
It feels like they say that every time they make a Resident Evil movie. I mean, I was a big fan of the games. What's your favorite Resident Evil game?
4. Resident Evil 4 is amazing.
That's the one. I played that on the Wii. Had such a fun time with it. It's the first time I played it, and I played it on the Wii. It was good on the Wii. But I love 5. 5 has a soft spot for me because I thought that co-op was great, and I just got a lot of fun memories with that one. Are either of you getting the Middle Earth 4K set? I think Tim is. You said that earlier.
Probably. It's pre-ordered. I'm probably keeping the pre-order.
How much is that's $300, isn't it? Is it $300?
$250.
Yeah. Whew, that's steep. Movies with Brian says, ever seen Ravenous? It is semi-horror.
Yeah.
I have not. Let's see. Eugene Ross says, why collect physical media? You got an answer for that, Tim?
Yeah.
Why do we do what we do? Why do we collect these little plastic cases with little optical discs and put them on the shelf?
Ownership. No one's ever taken my movies from me. No, there's no streaming service taking it from me. It's mine.
Yep. And if they do, then something's really gone wrong in America, which hopefully never happens. PlatX2 says, I'm with you, Ken. It's impossible for there to be enough John Wick films. I agree. It's just not. I was so happy to hear the news that they're just going to go ahead and film 4 and 5. together back to back. I was like, yes, do it. Go ahead and do 6 and 7. Do it while Keanu's young. And still
Are you
go.
looking forward to the Continental show?
I don't. What's that supposed to be on? Who's doing it? I don't know a lot about it.
I want to say Showtime or Stars. One of those is doing it, and it's supposed to be
Okay.
like 4 or 5 episodes, and it's supposed to be about the early days of the Continental.
If it was on Showtime or Stars, I don't know because I don't have those channels. So maybe I'll have to wait till I do like a physical media release or something to watch it. Now, if you said like Netflix or Prime or Hulu, maybe. Let's see. Keaton back as Batman, so believe Beetlejuice is coming. Do you think Keaton could still do the Beetlejuice?
No.
Think he could still do it justice?
No, that you can't replicate that.
Could he deliver Nice Fucking Model in the same way that he did back in 1988? I don't think so. I don't think he could. As much as I love Keaton, he can do no wrong. Any news on Criterion changing the Plain Jane K cover for Citizen Kane? You would think they would. They would after all the online backlash. I wasn't really a part of the backlash, and people have been backlashing pretty hard. I've seen a couple memes here and there, but I didn't know everybody was going that nuts over it.
It's fine. I really have no problems with it. It's so what? It's simple. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I really don't care either, to be honest. Do you think Gremlins 2 will get a 4K release? God, yeah. I hope so. Yeah, I really hope so. If they don't, I'm going to be very disappointed. But yeah, I don't know. The first one wasn't really. I haven't watched my Gremlins 4K yet. What did you think of it on 4K? A lot of people say it's one of the worst.
I don't know if it's one of the worst, but it's not one of the best either. It's probably like middle tier. Yeah.
So hopefully they do a better job on the second one. I loved the second one as a kid. I loved it more than the first until I got a little bit older and I learned to appreciate the first one more. But yeah, Gremlins 2, man.
It's so hard to put Gremlins down bottom tier when Terminator 2 is down there. I mean, Terminator 2 is terrible transfer wise.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the worst. Not a lot of people talk shit about Goodfellas too. Tim, I know you like Lego Masters. If you have a way to view it, Lego Masters Australia is so much better. It's one of Coco and I's favorite shows, so look forward to it each year.
Ooh, I heard good things about it. I'll have to give that a watch.
4K Miniguy says, do you guys think Jennifer Lopez was a good actress in her early acting? I think so. I think she's still a good actress. I thought she was good in Hustlers.
Oh, she was really good in Hustlers. That movie surprised me.
It's not an Academy Award winning performance or anything, because I know some people were talking like she was going to get nominated, but it's a really good performance. I think she's always been very consistent.
Earlier in her career, did you ever see Money Train? I saw that for the first time like a year ago.
Haven't.
Yeah, it didn't do it for me. That's early her.
Well, would you count Out of Sight as early Jennifer Lopez? It wasn't that like 99 or something?
That's
like
true.
That's a great movie.
Yeah.
And then you got my first movie I ever saw her in was Jack with Robin Williams, and I thought she was great in that movie too. I don't know. Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo. She's good. What is one out-of-print movie or collection that you wish you had in your collection? Good question from Cece. Do you have those white whales out there?
There's a decent amount of them, but one that's been on my mind is I just got an import version of the movie Mr. Hobbs Takes a Vacation, but I would actually love the Twilight Time version.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of one off the top of my head. I guess the Resident Evil box set. I'll say that. Let's talk about it. Die Hard, a Christmas movie.
Yes,
the age-old question.
Yes.
You know what I say? I say it's a Christmas movie if you want it to be a Christmas movie. If there's Christmas in it and you think that's a Christmas movie, then it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, it is for me.
I've only seen Die Hard maybe twice. I need to watch it again. I do have the 4K. I haven't seen it probably about 10 years. Let's see. How long till we get original It's on 4K? I would love it, but I don't really think they've got that in their crosshairs at all.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, we've gotten some cool steelbooks and editions of it in recent years, but I think that was all like hype for the remakes and stuff that came out. So
the only chance I would say is if we get another new It. That's the only.
Yeah, way. maybe. And they talked about doing an origin story for Pennywise or something. at one point. Let's see. 4K Media Guy says, would you rather we get a Poison Ivy or a new Catwoman movie? I say give Poison Ivy a shot. We've already seen what they could do with Catwoman. So I say give Poison Ivy a shot. She's an interesting character.
I love her character. I'd go with that.
Yeah. Cynical Video said, what movie I had to kill Bob Morton because he made a mistake. Now it's time to erase that mistake. Do you know what that's from? I had to kill Bob Morton because he made a mistake. Now it's time to erase that mistake.
What's crazy, I'm not great with lines.
Like I used to be fantastic when I was younger. I could quote anything off the top of my head. And I don't know if it's old age or I've just got way too much swimming around in my brain these days. I can't remember shit. Lines for shit.
Well, while I watch the movie, I know what I'm talking about, but then I can't even quote Jurassic Park all that well. And I've seen that movie like 100 times.
It sounds very familiar. You'll have to let us know, Cynical. Why people don't realize New Nightmare was meta before Scream. People wasn't ready for it, kind of like they wasn't ready for meta and Last Action Hero, but glad Scream helped make it cool. Yeah, I agree. Last Action Hero is very meta. Streaming. I feel like there was something like a classic movie I watched that was kind of meta. And it was recently. I could be wrong. Maybe not classic, maybe like 70s or 80s. I have to think about it. CC Cinema, hey, what's your number one Michael Bay film? It's really hard for me between The Rock and Armageddon. I'll probably say Armageddon, though. I think I have more fun with that, and I've seen it more times, definitely. But The Rock's great, too.
Yeah, The Rock is my answer.
Yeah. I need to rewatch that, and that needs a 4K for sure. Let's see. Platex2 says, Comedy Central just took an episode of The Office out of rotation Diversity Day due to censorship. That's a major reason why I collect physical media. I know, that's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. I heard about that over the weekend. Jeez, that's such a funny episode too. That's such a funny episode. That like hooks you right into the series with how funny that episode is. It's a shame. Cronenberg played the main mass villain and Nightbreed didn't direct it. Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool. I did not know that at all.
Yeah.
Let's see. Secular Monk says, who cares what Citizen Kane 4K cover looks like so long as it's a great transfer, which it will be because it's Criterion. Well, I mean, I'm not saying I don't care about covers of stuff because I do. I just don't care about that cover. I think it looks fine. But there are some covers and I'm like, really? How did you do that? And the one that comes up that I think of all the time is the Ralph Breaks the Internet Steelbook. Or no, maybe not that one. It was the Incredibles 2 Steelbook. Do you remember that? It was a freaking washing machine.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is that? Like, what the hell is that? You had this awesome one with them running to Syndrome, and like they're all in silhouettes, like the first one. And then you go from that to a washing machine. It's ridiculous. Caladilly says, have you watched Vampire in Brooklyn yet? Eddie Murphy and Wes Craven. Did Wes Craven direct that one?
I don't know.
Or maybe Wes Crave. Is Wes Crave somebody?
I haven't think so.
I've seen Vampire in Brooklyn. It's been a very long time though. I've seen it.
I saw it on HBO like 15 years ago.
You know what? I feel like I saw it on HBO too. Like at my grandfather's house. I feel like I just have that memory in my head. I like J-Lo and The Cell. Yeah, J-Lo's great. What is one DVD, Blu-ray, or 4K that you would say is a must own? Are we still recommending DVDs at this point?
I mean, some movies, they're not on anything else, so.
I'll recommend The Weatherman on DVD. I just watched that the other night, and I don't think it has a Blu-ray. I think I was looking, and it doesn't have a Blu-ray yet. That movie was great. I really enjoyed it.
Just because it's near me, I'm going to recommend Breakdown. The Paramount Presents release is coming up, so get this movie.
Is that the imprints?
This is the imprint release, yeah.
At the imprint release? Yeah, I saw they just announced a bunch of stuff. A 4K I would recommend was the Django sets is a great 4K, but it's very expensive now, I think, still. And then Tremors and The Shining, 2001. Casino, I didn't realize how great that one was, but I just watched that, and I thought that was great, too. J-Lo couldn't act, although I did like her in Enough, but since Hustlers, She has been really good, and I think she's getting better. Finally, 25 years into her career, she's doing good work. I don't know, man. I don't think it's fair to say. I think she was good back in the day. I think Enough's really good. I think that was a good thriller. Never seen Die Hard.
Oh,
really?
man.
You're going to give me shit about Superman and you ain't seen Die Hard, Kal-El? Come on, man. Come on. Let's see. RoboCop. All right. Have you guys watched Bless the Child with Joaquin Phoenix horror film? I have not seen that.
I believe I saw it years ago and don't remember it well, or I didn't see it, but I think I did.
Yeah, Bless the Child. It sounds familiar, but I don't know if I've seen that one. Kill Bob Morton line was in RoboCop. Okay, it was in RoboCop. I haven't seen RoboCop in a while. Any blank check movie lovers? Yeah, that was one of the first movies I watched when Disney Plus launched. I was going back through and I watched Honey, I Blew Up the Kid and Blank Check.
Yeah,
those were the first two I watched. So
speaking of Disney Plus, just because I have this near me, it bugs the heck out of me that something like this is a early Disney movie, and with Bruce Campbell, this is not on their streaming service. This is on.
Is it not?
Nope.
Yeah, that annoyed the shit out of me because they advertised it like we're gonna have every movie in our vault on the service, and I know you got Song of the South, whatever. It's fine if you don't have that on there, if you don't want it on there. But the fact that they didn't have Mighty Ducks. The three Mighty Ducks movies when they launched it was ridiculous. I think they came out with them like, I don't know, 6 months later or something. And it's like, yeah, y'all can't promote you're going to have everything in your vault on there and not have it.
No, they have stuff they completely just ignore exists anymore.
Yeah, that's crazy. Is there any reason why? Did they say, is there any reason why or just not on there?
I don't know. I mean, something like this, Bruce Campbell, this would sell. People would watch this and I don't know. No, they don't release it.
I mean, they got the Herbie films on there. So
yeah, but not that one.
Not that one. Is that a Herbie film or is that something different? Is it the same?
This is a Herbie. It's a 1997 TV movie with Bruce Campbell. It's basically a remake of the first one. Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, it was technically a Wonderful World of Disney TV movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got all those made-for-TV Disney movies on there too. The Rock, so good, but is it better than Con Air? Did he do Con Air? He didn't do Con Air, did he?
No. Michael Bay is in Con Air.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Unless going for the Nick Cage connection.
If you're gonna ask me, I like it better than The Rock, but I love Con Air. It's my favorite Nick Cage movie, and it's just one of those movies I watched like repeatedly as a kid. But again, I haven't seen The Rock in probably 10 to 15 years. I need to rewatch it. I might change my mind. But that Con Air, Face Off, all those need 4Ks, like right away. I would love Broken Arrow too.
Oh, Broken Arrow is amazing.
Yeah.
But I love Steve Buscemi's character in Con Air.
Yeah, it's great. There's so much going on in that movie. I love it. Great cast too. Great cast. Eddie and Vampire in Brooklyn was crazy funny. I have to watch that again. I'd love to see both of the Conan movies get a 4K or a better Blu-ray treatment. Yeah, I just picked up one of the Conan movies from Dollar General, so that was cool. Caladilly, that is a tough one, but I'll always go with The Rock. Yeah, that's the one that a lot of people would pick. I mean, that's arguably the best. I don't think anybody's picking Pearl Harbor, but I kind of enjoyed watching Pearl Harbor when I was younger. I haven't seen it in a while though.
The action is well filmed, but
you take out the first hour and a half, it's great after that. It's perfectly watchable from that point on. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Patrick Rans here says, hello, how's it going tonight? Welcome, Patrick. How you doing, man? Secular Monk says, will Adam Sandler ever win an Oscar? He damn sure should have won an Oscar for Uncut Gems, but that's my opinion.
I don't think so. I think the bias against him is too much.
Or not even win, but he should have been nominated at least.
Yeah, I don't think the Academy can put it in themselves to nominate Adam Sandler and nevertheless win.
I don't know, man. I think that's crap, though. And I know that Eddie Murphy dealt with the same kind of stuff back in 2006 with Dreamgirls, because I know he was nominated. A lot of people were picking him to win. And then the movie Norbit dropped, and he didn't win. So a lot of people were saying it's because of that. But you can't judge somebody based on, like, other stuff that they're doing. They're actors trying to make money, trying to make a living. Why are you going to judge them based on the other projects? But I don't know. Favorite Die Hard clone ripoff?
Speed.
I'll say Speed as well. I love Speed. Die Hard is definitely Xmas. The plot revolves around the tower being empty due to Xmas. Remove Xmas, and you don't have Die Hard. But couldn't you do it on any other holiday or party events? Maybe it's an employee banquet or something.
There wasn't really going to be an event, though, that would have the building that clear to be able to rob it, though.
I'll take your word for it. I was just playing devil's advocate. Let's see. CC Sino says, Bless the Child is awesome. It gave me the creeps a little bit, though. I need to watch it. Unlawful Entry is a good Kurt Russell thriller that desperately needs a blue. I could see Kino Lorber picking it up. It's an old Fox title, though, so I don't know. I just watched that this year for the first time based on, I think, Cal's recommendation who's in the chat. I loved it. I want to watch more movies from the early 90s, like thrillers like that, because I thought it was fantastic.
Kino has such great stuff that gets forgotten about. I just watched the movie Blown Away for the first time this year. Such a good movie.
Blown Away. Who's in that one?
Tommy Lee Jones and why the heck can't I think? Wow, I'm completely blanking on the other one. It's a major star, but Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones enough. I'm sold. I will watch that for sure. Unlawful Entry. Did you see that one?
No. Kurt
Russell, Ray Liotta. It's like going toe to toe, and they're so good. They have such great chemistry with each other. Loved it. Blessed Child was awesome. Dark. I just went on a hunt for that and watched it twice. Shout out 4K Media Guy. Awesome. Tron and Tron Legacy need 4K releases. Maybe I can see them doing those. Do you guys know if Blessed Child has a Blu-ray release? If so, I need to hunt for it. I don't know. Don't know if it does. Any fans of the Disney movie Toothless? You know anything about Toothless?
No.
I do not either. I know the Tooth Fairy with The Rock. Never heard of Toothless, though. Dude, Unlawful Entry is fantastic. Ray was crazy at AF. Yeah, Ray Liotta's a complete psychopath in that movie. Awesome. Can Samuel Jackson still come back to play Mace Windu? LOL. He says he never died in Star Wars. To me, he pretty definitively died in that movie, but I don't know. Maybe Luke Skywalkered himself into a little side port and flew into a Millennium Falcon somewhere. I don't know. Was it Ricochet with Denzel Washington need to make its way to 4K? I haven't seen Ricochet. Have you?
No. I've heard of it, and I think I have the DVD, but I never saw it.
Yeah. Do you still collect your DVDs? You still have a pretty good sized DVD collection? I think I see some behind you.
Behind, not really. This is all mainly Blu-ray, but the side of me.
Taller. You know what I think it is? I think it's because you have a shelf that's close to you, and then you have another shelf that's further away.
Yeah.
And so, but they all kind of look like they're part of the same shelf. So some of them look bigger than other ones.
Yeah. I still have a decent amount of DVD. There's a lot of stuff that never made it to Blu-ray, like a lot.
Yeah. I still collect DVDs. I'm trying to build up my DVD collection. If I see them for $1, I'll pick them up, like at a half price books or something. Especially if it's something I've never seen, because I might as well watch it on DVD and then decide if I want to upgrade it to whatever. Let's see. Sandler was brilliant in Reign Over Me. Yeah, that's a good one. I got that on DVD, actually. I need to watch it again. Did you see the new Blair Witch Project Blu-ray set coming out in Germany? It comes with all 3 movies. Yeah, I did.
It looks cool.
It looks like a really cool steelbook, but I have not purchased from that label before. So were you familiar with that label that it's coming out under?
I don't know, and I'm not. I don't have that much import stuff in my collection.
Yeah, I don't know. I really want it, but they can take Book of Shadows out of there, though. Let's see. Favorite Paul Newman film? The only one I can think of off the top of my head is one I just watched, and that's The Sting. But yeah, do you have one?
I was actually going to say The Sting. The Sting is a great movie. Him, Robert Redford, they're amazing in it.
And they're both in Butch Cassidy as well, but I haven't seen Butch Cassidy.
But another Paul Newman, though. Why am I blanking on it? Road to Perdition. Yeah, I was blanking on the name. That's really good.
I bought that I think I might have that on Blu-ray, or I bought it on DVD. It was one of the two recently. I need to watch it. He was in The Hustler. That's a well-known Paul Newman movie. Cool Hand Luke. That's one I hear of a lot. Oh, I'll say my favorite Paul Newman movie is Cars. How about that? He's good in cars. Best Michael Bay, got to go with Bad Boys. Oh, I forgot about Bad Boys. I completely forgot about Bad Boys.
I remember they're actually both. I did them also in that Rotten video. They're both Rotten.
Yeah, I might have to change my answer to Bad Boys. I'm sorry. Sorry, Armageddon. DVD only for Bless the Child. Just checked. Let's see. Jeff Bridges.
Yes.
Was
Jeff
he the
Bridges
other one in the movie?
For Blown Away.
Oh, hell, man. Jeff Bridges. And who else did you say? Tommy Lee Jones?
Tommy Lee Jones, yeah. That's why I was getting mad at myself that I blanked it. It's like, it's a major star, and I just completely blanked who it was.
Damn. That sounds like a great cast. Toothless was cool. Christy Alley. Okay, that sounds cool. I'm down for cool Christy Alley any day of the week. Do you double dip a lot, Tim?
Yes, a lot. I'll upgrade to Steelbook when the Steelbook comes out later, or I'll buy a special edition and still have the original. So I double dip a ton.
Yeah, it really just depends on the movie sometimes for me. But I have double dipped quite often. I used to double dip on every Marvel film that came out. I would get the Target and the Best Buy Steelbook and all that stuff way back in the earlier days of the physical media collecting. But I save my money now for, I guess, cooler movies, boutique labels and stuff. I'm just more into those now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Supposedly Diabolic DVD will have the Blair Witch set. Okay.
If so, I'm going to have to order it from them then.
Good to know, Moniker. Thank you. Caladeli says Tales from the Crypt or Outer Limits. For me, like I said, I'm a bigger horror fan, so I have to go Tales of the Crypt, and that's the one I watched all the time as a kid. I remember that coming on Saturday nights, 11 o'clock, and I was there every Saturday night. Loved it.
With those choices, I'm going Tales from the Crypt, but with Outer Limits being there, it makes me think I'd choose Twilight Zone over both.
Yeah. And I've seen a few Twilight Zone episodes because I started to watch. I wanted to watch all of them, and I got through like episode 5, I think. Is it on Prime, right? I think they're all on Prime.
I have all the seasons, so I don't know. The 2000s version is excellent, and that's way out of print and expensive.
Okay, but not the you talking about the new one with the Jordan Peele one, or was there one before
No. There was one from the early 2000s. Forrest Whitaker was the host.
Okay, cool. Guys, we're about in the 15-minute window. We're going to be closing out the stream tonight. So if you got any last-minute questions, definitely get those in right now. And appreciate Tim Talkies being here with me tonight, talking physical media and movies. I have all of his links in the description below, so definitely sub up to his channel and follow him on Instagram. And I'm going to check your YouTube real quick. You're at 339 now. 339. Nice. Let's see. Color of Money is a great Newman film. It also has Tom Cruise in it. Yeah, I've seen Color of Money. I enjoy that one. Martin Scorsese as well, right?
I never saw Color of Money.
I think he directed it. Paul Newman in The Verdict is riveting as hell. I believe he said it was his favorite performance.
I did see The Verdict a long time ago.
Favorite Cindy Lumet film? I've only seen 2. I haven't seen 12 Angry Men yet, so I got to say Dog Day Afternoon so far.
12 Angry Men is amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to dive into it soon. I'm trying to watch all my Criterions before the next sale. Movies of Ron says, how many steelbooks in your collection, Tim?
Around between 400 and 500.
Awesome. That's a very impressive steelbook collection for sure. Caladella says, watched The Killing Time yesterday. Was expecting more. What do you guys think about it? What's Killing Time?
I don't know.
I always got to have IMDb available for me right here at my side. It's a TV miniseries. Is that right? That's all that's coming up. Oh, there's one from 1998 with a cast I do not recognize.
Yeah.
Let's see. CC Cinema says, has the movie Heat released on 4K yet? No, they pushed it to 2022 last I heard. So I went and bought the Blu-ray because I was tired of waiting and I wanted it in my collection. Goosebumps or Are You Afraid of the Dark? Goosebumps for me. But yeah.
Goosebumps I enjoy more, but I have fonder memories of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah, I don't remember watching Are You Afraid of the Dark? That was on Nickelodeon, right?
Yeah.
I lived in a very rural area when I was a kid, and we didn't have cable until I was like 11 or 12 when we got a satellite. So I grew up with Goosebumps because it was on Fox Kids or whatever in the morning. Caladella says, but what Twilight Zone, 60s, 2000s, or Jordan Peele? Probably the 60s is the best.
Yeah. I would rank, well, there's an 80s also. I would actually
And there's a
rank
movie also, right? Directed by
yeah.
Spielberg.
Yeah. But taking the movie out of it, I would go 60s, 2000s, 80s, Jordan Peele.
Okay. How many seasons did the 2000s one have?
One. I think it's one.
One.
Yeah.
So it ended quickly. Plaid X2 says, great chat, fellas. Appreciate you being here, Plaid.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's see. Bruce Leroy said, what movie do you own the most copies of? Good question. Can you think of that one off the top of your head?
John Wick or Evil Dead, one of the two.
Yeah, for me, it's Shining. Psycho, I got quite a few copies of. Trying to think if there's any others. I think that's it.
I've bought in like every John Wick steelbook that keeps coming out, so I have
they were doing that a lot for a while. Like, it felt like every 2 months a new John Wick steelbook would come out. And I think didn't GameStop have a John Wick exclusive?
Yeah,
movie or something.
It was a digital one that came with a coin in it.
Yeah, I felt like they did. Like everywhere had an exclusive. It was big. Are You Afraid of the Dark? Awesome. Secular Monk says, congrats on your win. The physical media battle yesterday, Ken. Big upset. Yeah, definitely. I guess the cat's out of the bag. I said I didn't want to cover at the beginning, but I did win. I'll be going on to the finals next Monday, and I am both super excited and nervous at the same time. But I'll decide better on my feelings when I know who I'm actually facing, I guess. But yeah, it was definitely a big upset. Tony, in no universe should I won the battle last night, but I did. So I'm happy about it. The Killing Time, Kiefer Sutherland and Boo Bridges. Who's Boo Bridges?
Oh, he's one of those actors that's kind of just in a bunch of movies, but he's hardly the lead. But he's a good actor. But
I have to look him up.
Yeah.
Great chat, guys. It's CC Cinema. Thank you, CC. Thank you for being here. Some other 90s thriller recommendations: The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, Single White Female, Rich Man's Wife, A Time to Kill, and To Die For.
A Time to Kill is great.
I just watched Single White Female 2 weeks ago. I really enjoyed that. So I do want to watch more of the 90s thrillers because I feel like the 90s was just like a hot spot for thrillers. There's so many of them. And I want to see The Hand That Rocks the Cradle because I've heard some good things about that one too. Let's see. Have either of you seen Black Dynamite with Jai White? So funny. I have not.
Yeah.
I have not seen Black Dynamite. Let's see. Boo Bridges is Jeff Bridges' brother. Let me look up Boo Bridges real quick.
He's been in a lot of stuff. You'll be like, oh wow, him.
Boo Bridges. Is that how you spell his name and everything?
I think it's actually pronounced like Bew.
Bew, and that reminds me of what was the Ben Stiller movie? Damn, what is the movie? The Heartbreak Kid. Because one of them's name was like Bew or something. Okay, I know who he is. I've seen him.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff for sure. A lot of stuff for sure. All right, let's see. Demolition Man 90s recommendation. Yes. Yeah, that's one of my favorites of all time.
I actually have an original one sheet coming in the mail tomorrow. I bought because I love that movie.
Yeah, what do you got coming in?
Original one sheet. It's the posters.
Poster.
Yeah, an original.
Yeah, I love that movie so much. I got it on Blu-ray. I need to watch it sometime. That needs a 4K too.
I pronounced it wrong too. It's Bo.
Bo Bridges is pronounced Bo, like Bo Jackson. Bo is pronounced Bo. Bo Bridges. Bo is pronounced. What is going on with my computer? It's pronounced Bo. Well, Tim, sir, we've reached the end, man. We've reached the end, and I appreciate you coming by and talking movies with me tonight. And yeah, everybody, all the links are down below in the description. Tim's Instagram, his YouTube. You don't have a TikTok yet? No TikTok?
Yep.
No TikTok, no Twitter.
Yep.
All right. Maybe someday. Maybe someday Tim will get into the Get into that'd be the Tim Talks Talkies TikTok. There you go.
Oh God, that's a tongue twister.
That's a tongue twister right there. But before we get out of here, I want to thank everybody that joined us tonight in the chat. I definitely want to thank Tim for joining me here tonight, and I'm going to give you the opportunity again to promote yourself and let everybody know where they can find some of that awesome physical media based content that's surely going to be coming their way.
Yeah. So check out my YouTube channel. I'm adding videos every 2, 3, 4 days, somewhere around there. I have a lot of stuff planned. I have a huge list like that long of stuff that's planned. My Instagram, I post 1 to 2 posts a day generally. So yeah, I have a lot of stuff coming.
Awesome, man. Yeah, again, appreciate you being here tonight. Talking movies, talking physical media. Had an awesome time, guys. I will say it again. The links are down below in the description. Subscribe to Tim's channel. Excellent content over there. You really do a lot of great, what I would say, original content. You got a lot of cool ideas and stuff coming out of your channel. And if you guys like physical media, which I'm sure everybody in the chat, everybody watching this does, Blu-rays, 4Ks, all that stuff, definitely go hit up his channel and show the love. So with that, guys, let's see. We got Cynical Ken. If you like the 90s thrillers or Michael Keaton, check out Pacific Heights. I haven't seen Pacific Heights. I haven't seen it.
Oh.
Geriatric Geek says, I just subbed to Tim. Sorry, I always like to read everybody's chats. Later, guys. But yeah, appreciate everybody being here tonight, guys. And we will see you all later.